Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your personalized reading for the week of May 30th to June 5th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind for others whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, check out your readings for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. On May 30th, there is a new moon in Gemini. Gemini's ruling planet is Mercury, which is also your ruling planet. And Mercury is in retrograde until June 3rd. So this provides opportunities to reflect on prior communications that perhaps did not go the way you had intended. So, in this first column, we look at what you should reflect on from your past. You have this toil and labor card. It's a sense of, working jobs, earning wages, making a living, and in a way where there is risk to your well-being. You have the Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and Eight of Cups. In this middle column, we see how to change things for the better. You have this rejection card. You have King of Wands, King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. This rejection card can indicate you rejecting something. It also could be you being rejected from something. But there is the saying that rejection is protection. So somehow this rejection may work as a protection, especially with this Knight of Swords. And in this third column, we look at the potential outcome. You have this Neptune card, Vision. And also you have the King of Cups, Seven of Cups, and Four of Wands. So let's take a look at reflecting on your past. With the Seven of Pentacles, that's usually a card of having kind of invested in something and not really sure whether or not it's worth investing more into because certain expectations that you had are not yet realized. For this particular deck, the Seven of Pentacles is supposed to kind of indicate a woman who had come into a great sum of money through kind of underhanded means. Here with the toil and labor card, I'm thinking it's more just what you've invested and wondering if it is really worth pursuing even further. It does kind of indicate with the Eight of Cups a sense of like walking away from something that is kind of grinding on you. It could be a job, particular type of job, a feeling where you're just doing the same thing every day with not a sense of change or improvement. And it's something that you might not want to pursue because of this Queen of Wands energy, where it's Queen of Wands is someone who is in a position of power and leadership and kind of is not the type of person who does the things day in and day out that are the same and lead to no real advancement. So let's take a look at the Seven of Pentacles here. You have Ace of Cups, and that is a sense of like a gift from the universe, new relationship, a new opportunity. Perhaps there is some type of job that you got by, a friend of a friend, someone knowing somebody, and it's really not, what you were, I guess, wanting. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups over here. You have this Four of Cups, which is the Four of Cups is a card that indicates needing to have a sense of gratitude. You can walk away from any situation having a sense of gratitude about, the reason you're leaving, or at least the positives of what you're leaving. That might be, helpful to, recognize the silver lining in any situation. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands here. You have the Princess of Swords. So to some degree, it could be that maybe you were hoping that this situation would be something that would, kind of bring out the more vibrant part of you, something that would inspire you. But you're learning that it's something that you were maybe curious about and didn't have all the facts or all the information about. So let's look at this rejection. How there's change for the better. You have the King of Wands. This is a visionary leader. This is someone who is definitely stepping into their power, definitely more of charismatic and pursuing their passions. King of Swords is someone who does things based on their experience, having a good sense of reason, good sense of communication, and both of these kings command some type of authority. Although the King of Wands is kind of like, if you don't want to follow me, that's your own, that's your own demise. Doesn't need to convince anybody. King of Swords doesn't really need to convince anyone either. It's kind of like these are happening. The Knight of Swords, it is a sense of really doing what's right, kind of jumping into action and, righting any type of wrong. They might not have a great plan once things go into action, but they have that sense of wanting to do what's right, at least. So let's take a look at the Knight of Swords here. You have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about jumping into action for the wrong reasons, when it's a lose-lose situation, and really winning at all costs, like a false sense of victory. So if this Knight of Swords went in and chopped up a whole, I don't know, went into a garden and chopped up a whole bunch of flowers that they thought they were weeds, and it turns out it was like a rare, expensive flower that takes months and months to put in effort, then it's kind of like, well, they went in there with the good intentions, but they had no idea what they were doing. And all they cared about was, you know, overcoming this helpless defensive thing growing from the ground. So let's look at the King of Swords. I'm kind of, it might be that these are people that have somehow convinced you to reject something that was part of this toil and labor. Reject a job that was, you know, putting your health on the line. Um, Reject a relationship where you weren't really being valued. Uh, so these could be individuals like mentors, parent figures, uh, that either told you to just, walk away, or it could be, people who rejected you and made those decisions. So let's see here. Let's look at the King of Wands. You have the King of Pentacles. And you also have the King of Cups over here. So it seems like, there are people out there who are taking action, or encouraging some type of action. So this could be, this rejection. It does seem like it has to do with like a job, that you were possibly let go of, or you quit, or you were fired. Let's see, or or you should quit, because basically another way to look at this is, if you have not yet quit and you're just kind of sticking through it, this kind of indicates that there's powers that be that will use you and abuse you for as long as you'll let them. So let's take a look at the King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords. Okay. So there is a lot of like active masculine energy here. And this is kind of the sense of this change is could also be like different aspects of yourself telling you just to leave the situation and not put yourself in a situation where you are just, trying to fight someone else's fight, not really understanding it, and like at the end of the day, it's like a false sense of victory. So this could be all the more active, aggressive, um, more mature aspects of you saying, "Hey, just just say no, just leave, just it's not worth it." Because in outcome, you have the King of Cups. And this King of Cups is, emotionally sturdy. They are supportive. They're happy. They are compassionate. They want to lift others up. And I don't see any of those qualities here in this rejection category. This rejection category just pretty much is like down to business, like down to dirty business. But the King of Cups, that's more of someone who is caring, who is willing to accept, you know, differences, diversity. And with the Seven of Cups, it shows like a lot of different potential. So this also could be part of the vision outcome, which is, you know, the planet of Neptune has to do with kind of emotions, dreams, imagination, spirituality, and it could be that all this is trying to direct you into something that really will fill your heart, something that maybe um, you weren't exactly sure of what it is that you were wanting, but basically at this point, following your heart is something that you want to do at this time. It also is kind of a call for you to possibly align more with your dreams, your intuition, um, your sense of spirituality, and you know, tapping into your imagination, where it is something that springs you into something, you know, into action, into something that you want to pursue, and not just like daydreams, and um, not just uh, fantasy, but something where you can actually attain it. So I would say to some degree, if you don't have a plan for like meditation, you have this Four of Cups here, um, gratitude, look into those things. With the Four of Wands, it is a sense of celebrating a milestone being reached, a sense of structure and stability, and sense of commitment when it comes to your future being recognized by your community. So let's take a look at the King of Cups. You have the Seven of Wands. And this is a sense of like inner knowing and inner conviction about something. So it could be that you know you want to do something that is really centered about your connection with people and care and concern. And let's look at the Seven of Cups. You have the Hermit here, which is your card, Virgo. So it seems like, you know, some time alone, some withdrawal, you know, again, perhaps meditation, perhaps going on a walk even, just to get yourself aligned with what it is that you truly desire, what your heart wants, um, would be good for you. Let's take a look at the Four of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. It's basically a new beginning. You know, Spirit is giving you an opportunity to really invest and grow in something new, something of value in the material world, that you will be able to kind of celebrate and want to show off to your friends and family as something that you are committed and dedicated to. So if there is someone that you know that fits this King of Cups type of energy, perhaps it's a grandfather, an uncle, a teacher, someone, a friend of yours, that the way that they are living life is all about acceptance, all about love. then perhaps, talk to that person. Sevens are about test of wills. So make sure that when your will is being tested, you are focusing on the right things, on the right cup, on the cup that your heart wants. And you can see in this King of Cups here, the King of Cups doesn't even need to like hold up their cup. They don't need to like demonstrate anything. You got this King of Wands holding the wands, this King of Swords like lifting up their swords. This King of Swords got their sword. This King of Pentacles got the whole pentacle behind them, and kind of like this watch face is kind of being lifted up. This King of Cups is like, I just have my cup here, but I'm so busy enjoying the day and smiling at my neighbor, I don't need to be showing off my cup. So this is what I have for you. I'm hoping it provides you a helpful perspective of the week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.